If a woman's boss at work says she needs to do better, she corrects her actions. I'm going to play this clip.
Up to you and says, hey, I need you to do better with this. You say, yes, sir. Your husband comes up to you and says, hey, I need you to do better with this at home. You say, you're not the boss of me. Why does your boss have more hierarchy than your husband? Oh, because my boss pays me. Your boss can fire you tomorrow without giving you a 2-week notice. Your boss doesn't love you. He just loves that the position is being filled. If you die today, he'll have a replacement tomorrow. I said what I said. I didn't stutter.
All right. Let's go ahead and dive into this topic. I do want to get to Trev, Cloud, and Layla first. Go ahead, Trev. What are your thoughts about that? If a woman's boss at work says she needs to do better, she corrects her actions. But when, not all women, but some women, when their husband approaches and tries to communicate with them, he doesn't get that same respect.
I said it once, I say it again. If women put the same effort that they did as far as their career into obtaining and retaining a man, divorce rate would probably be in the single digits. Women know how to dress appropriately when they go to work. Women prepare for that job. They go to school to make sure that they are equipped and competent for that particular job. They conduct themselves well when they are at that job. They do things to get promotions when they are at that job. They put forth effort. They make sure they are on time, everything. And if there is something that they need to be corrected on, they don't have any issues with it because it's what's expected. The problem is it's no longer expected for you to be checked by your man. And that's where we have the problem. Why can't you give the same effort? Just like Homegirl said, if something happened to you, the job's not going to care. They're just going to replace you. Your man is going to be stuck taking care of you if something happens to you where you can no longer do your career. The job is not going to help you with your kids. The job is not going to be there for you emotionally. The job doesn't care. Your boss doesn't care. You are a number. All that these careers care about are numbers. Black and white and green. Nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. Your boss might like you, but he's not going to go to bat for you like your husband will. There's nothing you can do for that particular boss or career that's going to make them feel the same way that your husband does.
So Trev, just kind of follow up question with you real quick. I'm just trying to get an understanding, and I want the people that's watching to get an understanding as well as people on the panel. Why is it that she changes, or not changes, but why is it that she does that? Why can't it be the other way around?
The number one rule, the number one
usually more to the
requirement
story.
from men, right? It's the number one requirement from men is respect. And that's what's going. If the woman respected their man like they do their boss and their career, then they would treat them properly. That's the problem. The respect is no longer there, and they can't care about you if the respect isn't there. They can't love you if the respect isn't there. They respect that career, right? They worried about the money because they love the things that money can do for you. But today's society, we put money over everything. It's money over morals. It's money over family right now. That's what today's society has taught us, that money is just going to bring you everything you want. But it won't. You're still going to be empty. You're hollow. Money is not going to fill that. It starts with you and your family. There's no more respect.
All right. Let me go ahead. Go ahead. Real pressure.
I was going to say, she's not seeing him. She's not seeing the value in him. She thinks that her boss is respecting her, or she thinks she's getting respect from her job because she's getting a paycheck and she's filling a position. When in all actuality, like the lady said, if you were to die tomorrow, your boss is going to fill your position. And honestly, I think it should be that way with men and women. If she's not respecting you, you need to refill the position. And when women look at men as businesses, like he is the business, You know, I am the employee. I'm here to serve. I'm here to work. But women don't look at men like that. I would say women are helpmates. If he's not giving you anything to help him with, then you have no purpose there. But a lot of women don't look at men like, what can I do for you? It's what can I get from you? And as soon as you're thinking about what you can get from him, you've already lost respect from him because you're not looking at him as a human being. You're looking at him as a price tag or someone you can use.
All
And
right,
at
go ahead,
work, you can't be used. You're bought.
go ahead, Cloud Jones.
Um, I pretty much agree with like everything Trev said. I mean, it's like unfortunately we live in a society where money is valued above all, and for some women, they don't see emotional currency as more valuable than physical currency, financial currency. So unfortunately in that situation, if they value financial currency more than the emotional currency, then the person who's providing them with financial currency in their mind is going to have more leverage over them, and I think that leverage creates respect. I think on top of that too, I think a lot of men don't use leverage in their relationship in general. Like, I think the emotional currency that's given is given freely, and it's not leveraged to a sense of like, okay, well, if you're not doing this, then this is going to stop. And I feel like a lot of women aren't actually afraid of losing whoever their supply of emotional currency is. Whereas when it comes to financial currency, it's like that's something they actually have to fear. Like, if I don't hand in this report, I'm not gonna, I could lose my job and I'll lose my paycheck and my lifestyle. But if I don't show up to dinner on time, he'll be all right. He's not gonna really be that mad. Like, nothing's gonna change. He might complain a little bit or whatever, but he's still gonna take me out. He's still gonna buy me that bag on my birthday that I want. So why am I gonna trip over, what he's saying? Makes more sense to them to trip over what their boss is saying because he has more leverage and control over their life. So I feel like a lot of it, although a lot of it has to do with money, I think a good portion of it has to do with how the men in these relationships are perceiving themselves and perceiving their own value. Like, if you're a dude who just doesn't accept certain things, I feel like you're going to get a certain response from whatever woman you're dealing with. But we live in a society where a lot of men are conditioned to accept certain disrespect, accept certain disloyalty, and by them accepting it, they create the reality that they're living in. So, yeah, I think that's really what it boils down to.
All right, go ahead, Layla.
So for me, honestly, I feel as though kind of same as everybody else. As a woman, you should just be respecting your man and loving on him and being with him and listening to him as if he would be your boss. Because at the end of the day, you guys are in a partnership. Work is a partnership. When you're working with somebody and they're telling you to improve and to do better, you have no hesitation because they're cutting you a check. But then when your dude's like, hey, listen, I need you to do this to improve, and you're like, nah, like, come on, man. Like, if you lose your job tomorrow, who are you going to depend on? You're going to go to your partner. And then all of a sudden it's I'm going to be out. I'm sorry. I didn't mean this. And it's going to be a change of attitude. Ladies, if you lead the relationship with respect, don't get with a man that you don't respect. If you know you're going to look at him as if he's beneath you, then don't be with him. Leave that man alone. Stop being toxic. So I personally think that more women need to listen to their man the way they would listen to their boss instead of being all hot over their boss because they have a false sense of what they think their boss is, what the false sense that this person holds the power. When reality, if you're with somebody and y'all doing things together, your person it should be the one holding the power because he's going to hold you down. So that's how I feel. I think there's a bunch of narcissists in the world.